First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Dallas Cowboys. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. They'll go with Darius Geis, who missed all of 2018 with injury. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. David Onyemata there on the tackle.
Brings up second and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Hey, wahoo!
So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On second and 11 now. Allen, and he fires one incomplete. Was trying to get it to Darius Geis out of the backfield. And that'll make it third down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed. Always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Now Allen. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
That's it,
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Second and 9 now from the 21.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Breeze now to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. Well, that second down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with third and long. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again.
They were forced to punt last time. Now, I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
At the Saints' 27-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
56, 56. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Bud. Check flag 47. Check flag 47.
Now Allen. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
They'll run with Geis. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. Hey, shoot. 27 Mike, 27. Let's get it together, defense.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
A 42-yard attempt.
The kick by Maher is good.
Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move, the Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
From the 31, Breeze. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Shotgun now for Breeze. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Their own 26-yard line.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, Allen stepping up. He's going to keep it. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And here's Allen. From the gun, he'll throw. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a 1st down.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
Touchdown, Dallas Cowboys.
Touchdown, Dallas.
Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
We remind you that coming up tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, we finish off the first quarter of the season with an AFC North battle from the Steel City. The Bengals and the Steelers kickoff scheduled for 8:15 Eastern. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers. In the last 2 years in Oakland, now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On the counter, here's Kamara. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
You ready? 44 for Mike. And I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now on 2nd and 16. Breeze. Rashard Matthews here on the catch. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Breeze now on first down. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
In his 13th NFL season now, Ted Ginn still a reliable target for Drew Brees. 787 yards in 2017. Just 5 games last year due to injuries, but he still has the wheels.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Breeze. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
They run. It's Kamara. And not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the first down either. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And out now come the Cowboys. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Not a lot of headway on that carry, but when you're dealing with a defensive line that can cover up your center, sometimes you got to think about getting out of that play. Not going to be a lot of space when that happens.
Mike, 58, right there. You can't block me. You can't block
They'll hand it out to Geis. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Hey, send it.
In his own end zone, it's Allen. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. So drive 1, they had the field goal. Drive 2, touchdown. And now here on drive 3, looks like they're going to have to punt.
At least they were finally able to reverse the trend, because giving up the field goal, then the touchdown, it's almost like they finally got to the offensive side of the ball and said, okay, we've got a system to shut you down.
So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Now it's Ginn. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head.
Now Breeze lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. 20, 10. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
We'll be singing in the shower postgame. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. Well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
3rd and 1.
The Saints on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Ready. Yellow lady. 54. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. And a sideline pass. That's caught by Thomas. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
It's a gain of 27 yards. That's another Saints.
Breeze now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. Breeze going to throw. He's got Thomas yet again, complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
To Michael Thomas. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
For the field goal. A 41-yard.
And it's no good. Lutz pulled it. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Breeze finding Kamara. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10. So the drive's going to start with Pollard, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Marcus Davenport there to take him down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Allen forced out to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. The improv act there, good for 9. And now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now Allen operating from the gun. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, if you're going to pass on 3rd and 1, you better get a 1st down if you complete it. They completed it, but no gain.
The aiming point has to be beyond the 1st down marker where you throw the ball. 3rd and 1, you can't have anything that's even close to the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you run the risk of what we just saw there, not getting the 1st down.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Breeze now, 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. To throw is Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Breeze. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Here's Breeze to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
To throw, it's Allen, dancing to his left. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 4 at the 10-yard line.
Mike's 40. Mike's 47. Hey, hold. 47's the mic. 47's the mic.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen, and he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Bravo. 47's the mic. 47's the mic.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to kick it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Here's Ginn. Oh, he nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10.
Ready? 5-9.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
I can say this from experience, especially from a defensive back's perspective. There's not many things more terrifying than a toss sweep or a pitch play and all that beef out in front of the runner.
Yeah, I had an old coach say 3 words on those plays, toss or pitch. Set the edge, hurt him open. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's 17-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. Here's Allen, looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And got his man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
56, check 56. Silver. Go. 56 to Mike. 56.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Being chased out left. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, no doubt here in the fourth quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
Round 80! That's 10. 56. You got nothing to run. You got nothing. Hey, Haywood! Mike, 56, right there.
Allen looks to throw on second down. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. And for the defense, their third sack of the game.
That number tells you that they're starting to put it together with their defensive game plan. They're starting to feel pretty good about what the offense is doing, bringing the pressure at the right time, and putting the quarterback on the ground.
Throwing now is Allen, escaping the pressure right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This one from 35 yards away. Marr able to put this one through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the fourth.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one. To throw, it's Brees. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Call it a gain of 5, and it's a second down. Now Brees. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Mike 54. Hey, orbit. I'm coming.
Brees now on first down. And the pressure gets to Brees as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now Brees. Looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Matthews, the intended target. So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10. They start on the ground with Geis. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Now a handoff, Geis going right. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
On the pickup. Second and 6 at the 36-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. The Cowboys on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Geis. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will swell the lead to 16. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Ready? 5-8. Over. 54. Watch 54. Watch the pass. Watch the 11.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Breeze now. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Breeze now to throw. And Cook has it left side. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Complete to Jared Cook. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Set. You ready? Mike 54. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Now Breeze again. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however.
Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step one, the touchdown. You need a 2-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if you're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for 2 again. That's why teams are practicing multiple 2-point plays.
We saw that in Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big 2-point conversions. And now we've got a 1-score game and at least a little light at the end of the tunnel.
Is that what we call a glimmer of hope?
Glimmer of hope.
Because they've got to get an onside kick and then find their way into the end zone before time expires. Glimmer, or what's less than a glimmer?
I don't know. You're the one that knows all the big words. A sparkle? A sparkle.
Yeah, there we go. That's what we're going with.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. That's it.
Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Cowboys, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause I on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They elevated us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This is the